Okay, everybody, this is video 15. Okay, so what we left off with was we were running out of time last time, so I couldn't finish up what I wanted to show you. So we'll go in here, we'll click the start, and what's going to happen when you start the start is your ship's going to show up. Well, and then the rocks come in. That's why there's a delay. That's why I created that delay. In the object. So at alarm 0 at 150 game starts equals true, your ship is visible, we'll get the rocks, which it does get the rocks, but there's code missing. So if the rock is created or if it's going the wrong direction, okay, that one worked okay. At this point that rock just goes out of the screen. It's not staying on the screen. So it should, once it gets there, it should come back into the screen. So that's what we'll do right now. So what we'll have to do, let's shut that down. Let's open up the game object rock. I probably should have made the spaceship first, but since we're already here, we're going to do this. Let's click control, add the code, and we'll call this stay on screen. Okay, so what we will do is say, because we're in the rock object, so once again we can say if, I don't know about once again, but X, if the X is smaller than 20, because we got the frame which is 20 pixels, that's why I use these numbers. X of this rock is going to equal room width minus 20. So it'll be on the right side of the screen. It'll come back in there. Okay, so else if X is larger than room width minus 20, which is where we sent it over there that last time, then we'll send it to 20. See how this is working here? So if it's gone past the screen to the left, it ends up on the right to the left, blah blah blah. Should be pretty apparent, hopefully. Okay, now we'll work with the Y. Now the Y, it's the up and down. If it's smaller than 60, because once again the top has a 60 pixel to it. Room height on the frame of it. If Y, wait, what are we doing here? No, all we have to do is 60. Then we're going to have it be room height Y equals, oh, we already had that, room height minus 20, because the bottom of the room is still 20. Let's copy that, put it in there. If Y is larger, which I'm taking this information here, room height minus 20, then we want it to be at 60, that one. I think that should work. And And I did stay on screen. Okay. Start her up. Okay, now there's that one. I don't get why I got this flicker. Oh, it must be because I'm recording. Okay, there it is. Stays on the screen. Now another thing, you know, where's my scripts? Create rocks. Just for an example, I'm gonna go global dot level equals, let's go 50. And that should create 50 rocks on the screen. So here's where the spaceship will, and look at all them rocks. Is that crazy or what? We don't have any collisions or anything like that. Even though I didn't create collisions with the rocks. I probably should, actually, but okay. So let's take that out. So let's get back into the game control. Let's go ahead and create the ship. I'm going to do that at alarm 0. Let's say, because it's always going to be calling back to this alarm during the game. So I'm going to say if global lives is larger than 0. So if you wipe out a screen, it's going to go to alarm 0. Or if you get hit or something like that, so it's going to check this stuff. Instance create, which we haven't created the ship, I don't think yet. No. X, Y, object, and we haven't created it yet, but I'll just type it in. Create ship. And here's where, hold on, I need to check something. Global plane. Okay. Let's say global dot plane equals true. And your ship's alive. Probably should have something like ship's alive, but that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay. So now we got to create the ship. So in game objects, right click, create object, grab the sprite, ship. Object, ship. Okay, that's created. Shut that down. Bring that back up. Add event, create, control, code. Okay. We're going to start out with the image speed equals 0. Because we have 2 images in the image ship. We should anyways. Sprite ship, edit sprite. See, we got one where it's thrust, no stress, thrust. So we need the image speed to be at 0 so it doesn't flicker with the thrust. Okay. Image, I'm going to have it fade in once again. Alpha equals 0. X equals room width divided by 2. Y equals room height divided by 2. So we're going to center. Do we have... Once again, let's create another global variable. For most of my variables, I'm doing global. And like I said, this isn't how you want to do this. You could create the variable within the object, or you just make it more local. But I just, because I'm new to this Gamemaker, so I just kind of went nuts with this. And I'm sure you'll be able to do a better job than me. Okay, so let's add global dot ship alive equals false. That's just in the variable script, because it's not going to be alive at the beginning. But once the ship is created, we're going to say global dot ship alive equals true. And as it goes along, I'll realize why I made that variable. Okay, so that should be good for now, because we don't have any hit points or anything like that yet. Okay, let's add an event, step, and add the code. We're going to have it fade in. So, same as usual. If image alpha is smaller than 1, image alpha plus equals 0.01. And let's go ahead and add that. 1, 2, 3, fade in. Okay. Lovely. Now this is going to need the same, let's add the code thing here. It's going to have the same information that the rocks do. Because let's just copy this same code we wrote before, stay on screen, because that's what we want it to do. Whoops. And it's going to do exactly the same thing as the rocks do. So when it goes flying off the screen, it'll end up on the other side. So that should work right there. It's the same exact code. And actually I should make a little script. And it does the same thing. You just call to it for every object that needs to do that. Okay, so there's object ship. Okay, so let's give it a try. See if our ship comes onto the screen. Click, click, and there he is. There's our guy. Doesn't do anything yet. We have no controls for him. And we got our rock that comes in. No collision or anything like that. So, let's... Okay, so, but I'm not going to control it from the ship, because the ship can be destroyed. So I'm going to use the game controller, and we're going to put it in the step. So control code. Let's call this ship control. And let's go ahead and say if global dot ship alive, because we want to make sure it's alive, and I want to make sure the exit button isn't, or the exit menu isn't on, and global dot exit on is false. Okay, now we will call to the script check ship controls. Okay, does that make sense? So if the ship's alive, then that script will work. And if the exit, because we don't want to have control over the ship when the exit's on, I want to be able to kind of pause shit. So let's copy that. Script create, paste, check script controls. Okay. And I think I'm gonna actually make this one a little short. because it's going to take some time here to do the check ship controls. So I'm going to call this one good, and the next one we'll get into the controlling of the ship. Still no collision or anything like that. I know this is all very time consuming and all that stuff. It's sometimes very frustrating, but yeah, I'm going to call this good. So, alright guys, I'll see you next time. Subscribe if you like my stuff, and if you want me to continue doing this. Alright, you guys all have a good night. Okay, bye.